What is going on, Jeff fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video for Mock Draft Monday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Rocking the Ireland sweatshirt today and the scally cap to celebrate. I got the corned beef going. Should be ready in like, I don't know, 8 hours or so. Really excited. But anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day. Everyone's a little Irish today, so feel free to celebrate. All right, let's get into Mock Draft Monday, baby. All right, here we go. Jets. 7-round mock draft. Now, this is kind of our first official mock draft after free agency. So this is keeping in mind some of the Jets' biggest needs going into the draft after week 1 of free agency, where most of the big stuff has happened so far. Okay, Mason Graham falls to the New York Jets in this one. It would be extremely tempting to take Mason Graham. My 3 favorite options for the New York Jets are actually still on the board. So Ted McMillan, Mason Graham, and Tyler Warren are the 3 options here. And I'm going to go with Tyler Warren in this mock draft. And the reason behind that is I think you can make the case that right now, tight end and wide receiver are the 2 biggest needs on the New York Jets when looking at the depth. With the kind of offense I believe the Jets are going to run. I think they're going to be very heavy run-first offense. I think they really desperately need a big tight end who can help in the run game and the pass game. Look at what Cole Kmet did with Justin Fields in Chicago. I think he is definitely in play for the Jets, and I lean towards him as the favorite. Armand Membu would be in play, but he went 3rd overall to the Giants here. So we'll see if that happens on draft night. I would be very surprised if Mason Graham was there for the Jets, and I kind of like it's weird to pass on him for me, and I'm probably going to get some shit for it, but I think Tyler Warren is in play for the Jets. So with that, now I think the positions that you got, Josh Connerly goes the pick before. That's pretty annoying. Okay. So looking at some options for the Jets, here's one, the wide receiver. Xavier Watts is certainly an option for you. You could go with like the big Alfred Collins as well. You could take a look at some offensive linemen. Did Irisy play right tackle? No, he played mostly left tackle. So I think what we're going to do is go with the wide receiver. We just talked about tight ended wide receiver as 2 of the Jets' biggest needs. And yeah, I think it's going to be Iomaner here. Outside X receiver fit well with Garrett Wilson. Okay. Now I think pick number 73 becomes obvious. You went tight end. You went wide receiver. Now I think what you do is find your right tackle. Can the Jets be a normal team and find someone who could play for you on day 1 in the 3rd round at right tackle? Ozzie Trapilo out of Boston College fits that bill. That would be my 3rd round target or day 2 target. Even if he, maybe you trade down in the 2nd round, you do something, but you might be getting tired of me doing mocks where Ozzie Trapilo goes to the Jets. Same thing with Tyler Warren. I would be absolutely thrilled if these are the first 3 picks that come off the board for the New York Jets. Safety, defensive line, another Matt favorite is on the board for the Jets. Strong safety. So Tony Adams likely coming back, more of a free safety. The Jets sign Andre Sisco, more of a free safety. There is no true strong safety on the team right now. Jonas Sanker fits that bill to a T. And that's another guy who, I get it, now we're into day 3. It's early day 3, pick 110. But I think Sanker is someone who could come in and, again, at least compete to start right away. I know that sounds like completely out of left field. The Jets haven't really gotten guys on day 3 a ton who've come in and played right away. Michael Carter II is maybe an example of that. Brandon Echols an example of that early when he started in 2021. But I think the year that I'm going to compare this to is 2006. Jets weren't supposed to be good in 2006. First year under Eric Mangini and Mike Tannenbaum, and they ended up winning 10 games. And a big part of that is because they had one of the best drafts in franchise history. You got 2 cornerstone offensive linemen. You got a ton of different contributors on that team. Eric Smith, Brad Smith, Leon Washington, all throughout the different rounds of the draft. And I think this is a pick where you can at least get functioning safety play. I'm not saying Sanker's going to be a star at the next level, but I think he could come in and compete to be a starter from day one. All right. Now I think would be a good time to take a look at one of my other favorite things to do right now in round 5 for the Jets. I'm looking at Jackson Hawes. Yes, his ADP is 161. We are nitpicking because the next pick is 162. Jets are picking right now at 145. Run first team, 12 personnel. Hawes is a blocking first tight end. He's not going to give you much as a pass catcher, but they desperately need more at this position. You got Tyler Warren, who's a jack of all trades, really good as a run blocker already, really good as a pass catcher already. I think Hawes would just take this run game to another level. That's going to be, the run the damn ball. Like, that's going to be the Jets' motto in 2025, and this pick would go a long way to completing that. Okay. A lot of people are going to want Kyle McCord. Not me. I'm not doing a quarterback in this mock draft. I think you can make a case it's a wasted pick. You have Justin Fields, who's going to be the quarterback this year. You have Tyrod Taylor, who's going to be a backup quarterback. I'm not willing to take that quarterback swing. I think you're wasting a pick in a way. If you were going to do it, I know McCord's a favorite. I like Will Howard on day 2. But what I'm going to take a look at to do right here is to land a wide receiver. One of my favorites, I'm assuming just came off the board. Nick Nash is one of my favorites, but I'm going to go with another big wide receiver and Dante Thornton, another big outside receiver. That's what they need on this team to complement Garrett Wilson, in my opinion. So interior defensive line, we've done in free agency, we've seen the Jets make a ton of depth moves. And I think we're going back-to-back IDLs in the 6th round to try to get something out of them. Okay, so Zeke Biggers is a good one. I'm trying to think of who would fit that bill for the Jets. Tim Smith, I think, is a little bit on the smaller. No, he's 314. Okay, so this works. So we'll go Tim Smith here, and I hope that my guy Zeke is still there. He just went. Dang it. Okay. Interior defensive line, Cameron Jackson, 342. He's a big run-stopping interior defensive lineman. 340. So you didn't go sexy. You had the opportunity to go sexy on the interior defensive line with Mason Graham in the first round. That's not the route that I decided to go, although I would be absolutely thrilled with a Mason Graham. And they banged me a little bit for that on the grade here, I'm sure. They still gave me a B, but Tyler Warren, you land the wide receiver, you land Ozzie Trapilo, you land Junior Sanker, Jackson Hawes, Dante Thornton. They didn't like that pick, but that's kind of the skill set I'm looking for at the wide receiver spot. And then back-to-back interior defensive linemen. So we're filling the beef on the defensive line at the end. Hopefully one of those two guys can come in and be a good early down run-stopping guy. And you get some depth in the 5th round. And then honestly, my thoughts would be if this is how the Jets draft turned out in the first 4 rounds, I think you're looking at multiple 3 or 4 starters out of the first 4 picks. And that's the kind of, I can't speak today. That's the kind of draft that the Jets need, in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.